Hi, it's Lonnie at Grace Blossoms for You, and I couldn't wait for you this morning. I started without you. Actually, I thought I was recording, and now that I'm almost done, I got a text and realized, oh, my video thing wasn't even on, so I'm not going to start over. I'm just going to pick up where I left off, or where I was working, and then I'm going to go over what I've already made. So yeah, I don't like it when that happens, but sometimes you can't help it. Alright, so just by way of explanation, I have taken a master board that I made, and it was a little bit on the thick side, which is nice, and I I tore it into pieces to make clusters for the covers of some journals that I'm making. And so I'm working on hashtag Ephemera Madness 2025. The information will be in the description box. And I'm also using one of the prompts for this month of June, which is texture. So I've been working with all sorts of things that I don't normally work with, and I'll explain them again later. But right now I'm just finishing the last one, and so I've got my master board, and I've got some jelly print paper that I'm going to put next to the master board just for contrast. Then I have this butterfly that was a pocket. I just ripped it down, and it is from Victoria Designs. It's one of her freebies. And so that, and then I need to add some more texture, which is what this is all about. So then I'm going to do something different. I think I haven't used any of my snippet roll yet today. Maybe I will do that. So the reason I am making cover clusters is because of the texture, and sometimes when you're working inside a journal, you're trying to keep it flat, and so I feel like on the cover is where we can go a little bit crazy and add some more texture. So that's what I'm doing. And I also have some of this faux rice paper left, and I think that would work. I actually made some with little petals that I had dried, and I have not used this today yet either. So the thing is, I would like that petal to show. Because it's not a very big, I don't dry a lot of petals, so I'd like it to show. Just move it to the side a bit. Sometimes you just gotta glue things down so that they stop moving around. So something like that maybe. And then I still have some words left here. I think I also want some of this seam binding. The seam binding is stretchy, and I found it at the thrift store, and it's when I opened it, it still had the original packaging on it. And the original price of it was $1.25, and it was actually made or sold in Canada, in the East, Montreal, and Toronto, I think, was the other one. And so the original price was $1.25, and I bought it at the thrift store for $1. And so I was commenting earlier on how much I enjoyed opening something. Oh, the date on it was 1982. So that was kind of my thrill for this morning, because I didn't see the date on it until after I opened the packaging. So I didn't really know how old it was. And there, now I've opened it, and I got to tell you about it anyways. Alright, so this kind of turned out to be a very short video. So, oh well, life happens when you're trying to do stuff, right? So I'm going to try and put that somewhere around there. Alright, I gotta start layering things down. Okay, then this one. I did ink most everything. A couple of things were forgotten, but not a lot, I gotta say. So yeah, I hope you're doing great and are crafting along, or crafting at some point today. I think I'll do that. I do like wrinkling things. Okay. Kind of want that butterfly to show, and I also want the polka dot stuff to show, so I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to make that look like the fancy ribbons. I do want that hanging off. Something like that. And then the words. Maybe it can go above. There. Kinda hidden, but it'll be fine. Maybe I can stick first I'll pull it out a tiny bit more. Okay. I think they all turned out great. So now I'm going to show you what I did. So I had 6 of them all together. And let me just put the remainders aside here. I had all these pieces pulled out because I wasn't sure what I was going to actually use, but I'll use them another time. Okay, so this one you did see, making sure that it's still running. And then this one, I used that MasterCard masterboard for all of them. So that's the backing. And then I had some lace. And this piece here was a lot bigger, but I found this at the thrift store. And it's not strong. So I decided, because I was specifically looking for stuff for my crafting, some of it's stronger in places than others, but so I've been hacking away at this and incorporating it into my projects here. So this is partly that. Then there's another part of that butterfly pocket, and there's that seam binding again, and here's some lace in the background, and I had some book page aside from that. Alright, so then I wanted to use this picture of a house, but I didn't want necessarily for it to be such a big focal point. This picture is from Dragona at Sasebo, and it was a free gift from her. So check out her channel. She does amazing work. I love to watch her and get more ideas. Then I used this, which is a piece of watercolor paper, and I had sprayed some ink on it, and I ripped it so that I could get more texture. And so there's that piece with the bow. Okay, then there's these pictures were also from Dragona at Sasebo, and here's part of that doily that I had bought and deconstructed. Then I had put some packing paper in here and a butterfly from Free Printables by 4 Crazy Ladies. I believe that is the name of their Ko-fi page and Facebook group as well. So there's that one. Then this is actually how I started, which was with this, I'll show you, this green plastic weave. I'm pretty sure it was used for packing something, but I honestly can't remember where I got it. So you may not have this, but you may have something similar. And when I put the hot glue on it, it just kind of started to shrivel up. So I got extra texture doing that. Then I added some jelly print paper. And here I actually practiced stamping on some bubble wrap the other day, just because I wanted to see if my stamp was working. So I had this and it turned out great, and I thought, hey, I can use that. So I cut those pieces out and I used one of them here. And here's that seam binding again. So this one turned out to be a lot of fun. And again with the grass, I think it's fun to use. I think it adds, I mean, if you're going for a texture, you may as well go big, right? So here's some more of that doily, and there's another picture from Dragona Accessibo, and another piece of that watercolor paper. So that is all the 6 that I made today, and I hope you like these. Let me know what you think, and how do you like this project? I'm going to be using these for the cover of some journals, so I wanted to make them, whenever I do texture, I like to put it on the cover because it can get kind of bulky, and I try not to bulk up my inside journals too much. So anyways, that's what I have for you today. Sorry it's so short, but maybe that's supposed to be that way. So thanks for joining, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.